Hey everyone, I hope you're having a fantastic day so far. I feel like I've just been finishing fragrances lately because recently I posted a review for Vanilla Potions and I only post reviews when I finished a fragrance. So I posted a review lately for Vanilla Potion and now here we are with Abiyedh Rouge by Lattafa. Today I'm going to wear a Choco Musk from the brand Abiyedh. I'm not wearing it yet because I want to use my last few sprays of this so I can talk about it in the review, but that's what I'm be wearing today. Please let me know what you're wearing today when you watch this video. Let's dive into the review. This is a 60 milliliter eau de parfum. It's interesting that it's between 50 mils and 100 mils. It looks like it's much more than that in a bottle like this. You know, it looks like there's a lot more juice, but yeah, only 60 mils. I am unsure if it comes in other sizes. According to Fragrantica's website, it was released in 2016. I had bought this actually 3 years ago, back in 2023, and I got it at the time for a really great price. I got it for $17. That was before Middle Eastern fragrances blew up in the Western world, so they were selling it at the time for $17 Canadian, which is incredible. But they don't even sell it anymore on the website that I usually get my fragrances. I wonder if this is still in production or what's happening with that. But they're not selling it on the website that I typically purchase from. And I bet you the price has jumped a lot compared to when I had bought this. Let's dive in to what this bottle looks like. This is a gorgeous glass bottle. It has a very interesting thing going on. I love that it's a nice clean glass rectangle and it has the Lattafa logo here, but on the back it has raised lettering for Lattafa. So that's super cool. You can hear, right? It's raised. I love that. The cap has a really nice, smooth, interesting feel to it. It's an interesting texture. It's very smooth and it has like the bling on there. I don't even know what exactly this is on the imagery here, but a little pattern, and then it says Abiyedh Rouge. This is inspired by a $500 fragrance. Those who know, you already know, and you can get an idea of what it's inspired by. I don't know what that fragrance smells like. I've never smelled that fragrance. I know what this smells like, and this smells very nice. I really enjoyed it while I was wearing it. People around me love the smell on me, and I have smelled this scent so often in public. It's probably the most popular scent that I smell in public because the OG has inspired so many other fragrances. People love this scent and they really want to smell this way. Let's dive into the notes. So according to Lattafa's website, in the top there is Nashi pear, kumquat, and bergamot. In the heart, caramel and geranium, and in the base, ambergris, musk, and oak moss. Lattafa classifies this as a woody, spicy fragrance for men and women. It was indeed launched in 2016. It does say on Lattafa's website. So let me do my last few sprays of this. This is such a nice fragrance. This is such an enjoyable fragrance, especially for those who love sweet fragrances, edible fragrances, gourmand fragrances. You are going to love this fragrance. Off the bat, you get this sweet, like a sugar spun. The weight of this feels light, but is nice and sugary sweet. I actually read some kind of article online yesterday how this was supposed to be a scent that created an illusion of burnt sugar and hot glass. And I think that is so interesting. You definitely get like that nice burnt sugariness. This article also mentioned it's supposed to not so much smell like hot glass, but smell like the heat itself. I get like a really sexy kind of visual with that. I love that. Love that they had this really beautiful, unique, creative idea for the OG fragrance, and it is manifested in this fragrance too. I understand why that OG fragrance is that price because there's a lot of artistry that goes into that fragrance. And it's not done in the same way with this fragrance. However, the scent of this, I'd imagine, is very similar to the OG. And I know a lot of people have mentioned that. it is a great inspired fragrance. So you do detect the pear notes. That nashi pear is an Asian pear or like a Chinese pear. I know what that pear smells like. It's a very mild sweetness, and you definitely detect that in here. The scent is very linear. Everything hits you from beginning to end as soon as you spray it. So you get that beautiful nashi pear. Kumquat is a mild citrus scent as well, so you get a mild sweetness from the nashi pear and the mild sweetness of the kumquat mixed together. And then there's caramel that comes in. It sweetens it even more, but it's a nice light musky caramel because the musk is in the base. It's so sexy and edible, and I love the way that the fruits mix in with the caramel and give it that burnt sugar and cotton candy edible quality. It is such a beautiful, tasty gourmand fragrance, but done in a very sexy and elegant way. And considering you can buy this for about $20, it's a great price for what it is. The main notes that I pick up, like I mentioned, are the nashi pear, the kumquat, and the caramel. But this scent is very interesting because it has that anosmic, nose-blind quality to it. That article that I mentioned that discusses the Baccarat fragrance is by the Scent Institute, scentinstitute.com. And I could link that article in the description if you're interested, but I found that article was very interesting in discussing the Baccarat fragrance. If you want to understand why the price is so high for that fragrance and learn a little bit more about it. It's designed with intention. The article brings up why people kind of smell the scent on and off when they wear it, and it says there's differences in how we perceive sweetness combined with potential anosmia pockets, which is the inability to smell certain large molecules. It's interesting. It depends on our own self, our genetics, if we have that inability to smell the certain large molecules, the way that we perceive different kinds of sweetness, and that affects why that mysterious on and off thing happens with this fragrance in particular. So I found that really interesting, and I really hope that you check out that article that I mentioned, because I feel like it gives context for the fragrance to understand what it really is and the creation of it. When we're talking about the performance of this fragrance, it has great longevity. I'd say this lasts about 7 hours on your skin and clothes. Obviously, the more that you spray, the better it is. It has pretty great longevity. 7 hours for a $20 EDP. Perfect. The projection, I would say, is about 2 meters away. People are going to smell you, and it leaves a moderate trail, I would say. You're getting decent performance from this for a great price. This is very versatile because it's not a heavy fragrance and there's a mild sweetness to it. I'd say you could wear this in any season without feeling suffocated and feeling comfortable with it. And you could wear it in any setting because this is so elegant. You can wear this during special occasions. You could wear this to work, which is where I've smelled this on other people, and I've worn it to work for sure. Grocery shopping, whatever, you can wear this anywhere. This fragrance is marketed as a unisex fragrance, and I understand men can wear this. I personally enjoy it more on women. I think it's more for women, to each their own. I don't think this is a teenager fragrance. I think this is definitely a fragrance for adults. So don't gift this to your teens if it's their birthday, please. I don't think this is really for them. It's definitely a mature adult fragrance. Is it blind buy safe? I would say so, actually. I would say this is a blind buy safe perfume. There's a reason why there are so many inspired fragrances of the OG. It's because it smells so candy-like. And who doesn't love to smell candy? It smells so delicious, but not overdoing that sweetness. It's very balanced. So how can you go wrong with a fragrance like that? And because it's not so expensive, you don't need to be worried about how much you're spending and if it goes wrong, right? In any case, you could always, give it away without feeling bad or even resell it if you wanted to. That's what I have to say about this fragrance. I did enjoy my time with this. I know my man really enjoys me wearing this, and I love to smell this on other people for sure. And you cannot go wrong with a fragrance like this. This is just, it's perfect. It's wonderful. A wonderful fragrance. So, I appreciate all the love that everyone has been giving me. Some people have been leaving me comments on my channel, and I've been getting a little bit more views and likes, which I love. So I appreciate everyone who's been leaving me love on my channel, subscribing, commenting, whatever. It makes me feel nice about the content that I'm sharing, because this is something that I always want to try doing, because I love fragrances for the last 9 years. So yeah, thank you everyone for your support. And if you're gonna leave a comment, thank you for that as well. Please let me know what you thought of my review, and if there's anything that you suggest for me. And I hope that you have a fantastic rest of your day. Bye.